Calling for West Montgomery, reporter Janae Wright brings us into the historical city of St. Jude, the church that was once a staple of West Montgomery. It now has a renewed purpose for a new era. It's tonight's big story.
And we lost the ability to do a lot of the good that we've been used to doing. And so is this sort of the end of St. Jude?
That very question loomed in the minds of parishioners at St. Jude once the COVID-19 pandemic hit. The city of St. Jude was erected in 1937, but became known worldwide for its pivotal role in the Selma to Montgomery March. In 1965, the church was a safe haven for marchers as they headed to the Capitol.
I was in the 11th grade during the time of the march, and my mother and I, we marched in the march.
At the time when the march was going on, did you realize the significance of the roles you all were playing during that time?
No, I did not, but we were very aware of the danger. You got a chance to be one-on-one with some of those people that you used to see on TV, entertainers and all. Bill Cosby, Harry Belafonte, and there were other white entertainers there, Danny Thomas, Parnell Roberts. Just to see it was an experience. I housed some of the civil rights children, families at my home. All the teachers did. And we were a part of the celebration. I met the stars because they were housed beneath the church. And it was just an experience to see and to be able to participate.
St. Jude played a huge role, not just for the march, but the land was a safe place for all African Americans at a time when they were not welcomed, especially in many parts of the South.
It's the place where the Freedom Riders, many of them were beaten. They were only treated at St. Jude. It's the place where Martin Luther King Jr., when he was living here in Montgomery for that decade, his children were born in our hospital.
Although there is so much history tied to St. Jude, it has recently been disconnected from the community in West Montgomery, a large part due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which forced the church to close its doors and stop its services it provided to people in need.
It's a sense of loss that you can't recapture because I lost something that I was so used to, and I was hands-on, and I could see them and touch them, and that was not there.
It's easy to blame COVID, but it really did hit us hard in a very particular way. And so we are ready to come back, to bring back a lot of those social services that are so needed to this community.
It was definitely a tough time, obviously. One of the things that was just new to me was having to space out. Couldn't really have physical interaction, hugs, handshakes, and not being able to see a lot of the, older members of the church because, of COVID. So it was a hard time.
But times are changing now. The church is under new leadership with Father Andrew Jones joining the parish in 2021. He plans to bring back many of the services St. Jude provided to the community, providing food and clothing and other social services, carrying on the legacy of the man who founded St. Jude, Father Harold Purcell.
I'm just excited about, Father Jones has so much energy and he wants so much for the people. He's a lot like Father Purcell, he just wants to reach out and just touch people, and it's just wonderful.
Parishioners at St. Jude say the number one goal is to
help everybody,
right.
The ones who are in need, whether they are non-Catholics or Catholic. And that's what he's on the road with us trying to do now, and he's doing a great job with it.
I love Father Jones. I love his enthusiasm. I love his energy. It's something that I feel like we've needed here for a while. He's always texting me about ideas. I'm doing the same with what I may feel like would help West Montgomery.
The overall message to the West Montgomery community is,
we're back and we're not dead. So
We are here and we are open.
Well, that was Janae Wright reporting. Father Jones hopes the church will soon reopen the food and clothing pantries and begin providing social services again to community members in need. The church is also open to anyone who would like to help out with these community efforts.